Should TBC be a fresh or a progressive experience? Today I'm going to talk about the positive and the negative things about having a fresh or the progressive experience. A fresh server means a fresh economy, and together with multiboxing being banned now, I think this is a really good sign, because this way the economy will actually be better for a longer time. Getting your epic flying mount in TBC also won't be as easy, because right now people could pretty much bring epic flying mount for all their characters. At the same time, with the fresh experience, you also get no gear, which means all the content in TBC is gonna be more difficult and more fun in my opinion. One thing I think is really important with a fresh experience is that everyone is not gonna be entering Dark Portal at the same time, people actually being spread in the world. And this do mean that you don't have to only dungeon farm from 60 to 70. If you look at a PvP point of perspective, so like PvP servers, this is really huge, because this way you can actually quest an outland as well. If you think about a progressive server where everyone is gonna enter Dark Portal at the same time, there will be thousands of people, and you'll compete against a lot of people from your own faction. And at the same time you have to look over your shoulders 24/7, because there might be someone ready to gank you. Talking about the leveling experience, people who's planning to reroll a Blood Elf or a Draenei will also have a fair shot, because everyone will start at level 1. When it comes to a fresh server, it also means that you won't have a ton of alts with professions. So if you have a lot of 60s right now or 50s, you can have over 300 professions, and this do mean that when TBC launch, you can actually craft a lot of TBC gear really fast, and progression wise, it's gonna make it way too easy in my opinion. The main part of the negative things is of course that you will lose all your progression. So all the gold you have grinded, all the characters you have leveled, the gear and titles, everything like that is gone. Your preparation is lost, and you have to start all over. By starting all over, it also means you have to relive the classic content leveling once again. And by this point, most people are probably tired of it. Like, the main reason people most likely want to play TBC is because they want to relive and experience the TBC content, not to actually play classic once again. One thing I'm a bit afraid of is that if they introduce fresh servers, then many people might actually reroll Horde because of the strong ratios. I've played a lot of TBC private servers in the past years, and one thing I always noticed is that Alliance always get a benefit. Private servers that don't introduce custom changes often end up having like 70 to 80% Horde, and that is really bad if you look at the PvP scene and the overall quality of the server. If we don't get fresh servers, this also means that people who have committed a lot of time into the Alliance characters might actually stick to them instead of re-rolling. One thing I wonder about is, if TBC is actually gonna be fresh, why would people continue to clear Sunwell Plateau or Next Rammus in that case, if they know that the character progression is gonna be lost when TBC or Wrath of the Lich King is all of a sudden gonna be released as a fresh experience? Before I move on to the positive and negative things about progressive servers, I would actually like to ask you about what do you think is negative and positive things about fresh or progressive servers? Let me know in a comment below the video. The positive things about progressive servers is of course gonna be that we might actually get other expansions in the future, and all the time you invest into TBC content is not gonna be lost when we actually move on to maybe Wrath of the Lich King. People might also stay the same faction, because this way there is not gonna be fresh characters, and people might tend to actually stay the character they have played already because they have great gear, they have a lot of gold, or they're connected as a guild. If they announce progressive servers, and this do mean that classic servers is not gonna be a thing anymore, then low populated servers might actually get popular, because people want to move there to actually have an easier time leveling without too much ganking in world PvP. If classic progress into TBC, what will happen to classic servers? Will people go back to vanilla private servers, or will Blizzard actually decide to reroll some fresh classic servers once in a while? One bad thing about progressing into TBC is gonna be that all the gold people have been budding for, bought, or even hacked for, abusing layers and stuff like that, all of this is gonna be brought right into TBC. And I feel like if Blizzard actually did a proper entry cheating and the GMs were looking for hackers in the open world, this would make the game quality and the server qualities become way better. In Classic, you might remember the dungeon teams who were cleaving through the content. In TBC, it's gonna be even worse, because this time you bring consumables and you bring insane gear and a lot of knowledge. When you reach level 70, if you bring your classic gold into TBC, then you can probably buy epic flying right away when you hit 70. And I feel like this is really bad because getting the epic flying mount is actually such a huge achievement in TBC. If you're raiding in classic right now, you might have really good gear. All this gear from Blackwing Lair, AQ and Next is good enough for you to hit right into Karazhan, Rules or Macbadon's Lair. These are the first raids in TBC. You can imagine that your raiding experience is gonna be really bad compared to if you actually were struggling with the content. Like everything is gonna be face roll, also because they will most likely release TBC in 2.4.3, which is where everything is nerfed. Would the best option be to actually release fresh and progressive servers at the same time? I feel like that's a hard decision, because this way you also split the community. I hope you enjoyed today's topic about progressive or fresh servers in TBC. In case you would like to see other TBC related content, make sure to look to the right. But as always, thank you so much for watching and have a great day.